I'm just postponing to our next meeting, right?
You can postpone to January, or you can postpone indefinitely, but I would just say postpone to January is fine. Yeah. It just avoids a technical concern. We're about ready to get started here, folks. If you take your seats and stand if you are able, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Welcome to our board meeting today, the last one of 2025. I'm Tom Foster and President of the 2025 Board of Directors. At this regular meeting of the Rec Centers of Sun City Board of Directors is audio and video recorded by the RCSC management and staff and is also being live streamed. Please take out your cell phones or electronic devices and check them to ensure they're in the silent mode. As a reminder, verbal or physical aggression toward any member, guest, RCSC employee is not acceptable. Offenders may be asked to leave the meeting. Now I'd like to introduce our timekeeper and our management team. Timekeeper will be Secretary Keiss.
Good morning.
The whole management team is not all here yet, I guess. Director of Finance is Kevin McCurdy.
Morning, everyone.
Director of Facilities is Mike Whiprud. Director of Operations, Mike Deermeyer.
Hello.
Director of Golf is Eddie Renio. Board Coordinator is Marcia Johnson.
Good morning.
Now let me recognize Alan Kleinhans, Carla Young, and Miguel. You never know when he'll burst out in a version of White Christmas Jackson, who are our audio and visual engineers. Free advertisement there, Miguel. By the way, he has a beautiful voice and sings in a variety of different bands in the area. So I just thought I'd give him a plug there. Merry Christmas. Also like to thank Sundial staff for setting up the room for us today. First item of business then is the roll call of the voting members by Secretary Keiss. Would you please take that roll call?
Director Brissett.
Present.
Director Collins.
Yep.
Director Gray.
Here and good morning.
Director Mapes.
Here.
Director Ruff.
Good morning.
I am here. Welcome back, Treasurer Borski.
Here.
Vice President Nettesheim
Here, and good morning, everybody.
and President Foster.
Here.
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, I would like to ask the board if there are any questions or comments on the agenda.
Mr. President?
Director Brissett, thank you.
Okay.
I was about to call him Borski, but that was close, started with a B.
No, she's nicer than that.
Director Brissett.
Yeah, regarding the Sun City Posse, I would like to postpone that until January of next year. Beat the money.
All right, the motion belongs to you at this point until it's formally made, so you are within your rights to postpone at this time, and then we'll just pass over that on the agenda when we get there.
Thank you.
All right? Okay, minutes of the November 20th 2025 meeting were posted for director's review. Are there any additions or corrections or comments on the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes for the November 20th, 2025 meeting are approved. Thank you. Treasurer's report. Treasurer Borski, would you read your treasurer's report?
Sure. The last one. The balance of unrestricted funds as of November 30th, 2025 was $9.8 million, which includes a $2.5 million cash reserve. Restricted funds include the Preservation and Improvement Fund, PIF, and the Capital Reserve Fund. As of November 30th, PIF had a balance of $40 million, and the Capital Reserve Fund, including SIF fees, had a balance of $11.5 million. During the month of November, actual income was $2,418,187, while total operating expenses, excluding cost of goods sold, were $1,898,623, resulting in a net operating excess for the month of November as a positive $448,930. Actual year-to-date income was $25,831,763, and operating expenses were $23,515,666, resulting in a positive net excess of $1,713,695. Hence, for both the month of November and year-to-date, RCSC is operating in the black. Relative to our budget during the month of November, income was below budget by $130,123, but operating expenses were less than budget by $26,430, resulting in a net operating excess being below budget by $95,883. While the year-to-date income is below budget by $855,538, operating expenses were less than budget by $957,094, resulting in a year-to-date variance to budget of a positive $229,240. So the bottom line is that year-to-date actual results are in black, and relative to budget, year-to-date results are also in the black. Submitted by Anita Borski, Treasurer.
Thank you. All right, consistent with our new bylaws, Ms. Johnson, would you please read the names of any members who have signed up to speak on the treasurer's report?
Mr. President, no one signed up to speak on the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Mr. Deermeyer, anyone live streaming? Okay.
We have questions.
I'm just about to get to that. All right. Are there any questions or comments by the directors? That would be Director Collins.
Yes, Mr. President, I just want to clarify one thing. We are in the black, is that because you outlawed red pens?
I have a red pen right here.
We are exercising prudent management, Director Collins, and it's showing on the income statement and the balance sheet, and we are going to keep working on that to keep this organization in the black.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
We have questions on your fuzzy math.
My fuzzy man. Well, I delegate those to Mr. McCurdy. All right, so anyone else? Director Ruff? Oh. General Manager Rebecca Hill has joined us. Thank you for joining the party. Okay. Director Brissett?
I have a question regarding operating expenses are less than budget, $957,094, resulting year, and the variance is listed at $229,240. I get $101,556.
That's the fuzzy math we're talking about.
Did I do it wrong? I'm just curious. Director McCurdy?
Yeah, Director Bissett, I'm a little confused. What was the question again?
Okay, go down to the third paragraph. The year-to-date variance of the budget says a positive $229,240, and I just did a quick math, subtracting the 855 from the 957, I get 101,556.
Yeah, I think you're either including or excluding cost of goods. So the easier way to look at this is if you look at the income statement, you see the variance year-to-date in revenue is 855 negative, and total operating expenses, including cost of goods, is 1,084,000 favorable. So that's generating a year-to-date net excess positive variance of 229.
Okay, thank you. I was looking at the simple math as it's written.
Yeah, maybe we can clear up the wording on that, because otherwise, for normal people, we look at it and go, these numbers don't add up.
Thank you.
I was trying to address to normal people, and perhaps it was abnormal.
Let me rephrase that to non-accounting type people. The numbers just seem a little skewed.
I can't win on this.
No.
Okay, Director Gray, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I did. I think because a lot of people, or at least those of us in LRP, pay a lot of attention to the golf and the costs on that. I just wanted to bring up, because if we look at the spreadsheets, it looks like we really didn't make our budget. But I just wanted to point out to everybody that when we projected the budget, we were looking at double-digit increases. And what we actually did was have single-digit increases. So we've actually gained from last year comparatively. We're in the plus side of that. And again, when you look at the differences, it can look like it's a negative, but the bottom line is just we were hoping for more. But again, year over year, we've increased that. And actually, we increased it a little bit better than inflation. So I think that's a positive on our expenses on golf.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Director Gray. The big thing is, and I think where Director Renio has addressed that this year, is we just have to do a little bit better on our budget forecasting.
Okay. Anyone else with comments on the treasurer's report? Okay, again, staying with our new bylaws, has Ms. Johnson, could you read the names of any member who signed up to speak on the management report?
Mr. President, no one signed up to speak on the management report.
Okay, Mr. Deermeyer? Nothing on live stream. Any questions or comments by the directors on the management report? I did just want to thank Mr. Deermeyer for expanding the bowling lines a little bit so that I could see basically the income, the net income of bowling there that we were not including in the past. So thank you very much for that. Vice President Nettesheim.
Either Rebecca or Mike Whipproot. So I was looking at the open and closed work orders and our average days, and I think last month I had asked if we could have something that actually gave us perhaps something that is more reflective of the most common number of days it takes to close things rather than average. I think my concern is that we say it's taking 6 days to do something, and it's not truly reflective of what the facilities department is doing. That's my concern, and that the average is being heavily influenced by outliers that take much longer. So maybe we can get the median or the mode, whichever, rather than the plus the average, so that people see that facilities, yeah, it's on average it's taking 6 days, but in reality, on a day-to-day basis, maybe they're hitting 2 days, right? Because I would like that to be more reflective of what's actually happening, because a lot of people read 6 days and think that's a long time. In the general scheme of things, you know, maybe, may not be, but the point is it's not taking us 6 days for the most part. So.
All right. Secretary Keiss.
Did you?
I wanted to respond to that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Vice President Nettesheim, yeah, there are some different ways to reflect the data. We haven't, incorporated that into our charts. But you're capturing kind of the reality of the situation. Most of our work orders get closed in less than 6 days. But you have others where you're dependent on ordering of a part or a vendor that could take weeks. So it does skew the data. But we do try to, and we've published a version before where the ones where our tradespeople were actually working on them shows considerably less time to close than the general ones that involve other vendors. So we can take a look at this and try to, I don't want to flood you with data, but we have it, but,
And I appreciate that you don't want to flood us with data, but equally, I want the facilities department to get the recognition they deserve for how they respond to member concerns with work orders.
Okay.
I think that's really important.
Okay, we'll look into that. Thank you.
Secretary Keiss.
Yeah, I have a question on page 14 on the year-to-date rounds played by course. In the summary, it says that we're down for rounds for the year of 6.2%, but if I look at the bar graphs, all the courses are showing more rounds than last year, so the bar graph just doesn't seem to match up with the figures. And I think the 6.2% decrease is probably as accurate. I just think that maybe the bar graphs could have been a little more accurate.
We can look at the bar graphs and see if the information that's being inputted is being correctly reflected in the bars.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured happened, but yeah, I think that, but I know the 6.2% decrease is accurate of what is actually happening on the ground.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Okay, thanks, Eddie.
Are we suggesting that golf is also guilty of fuzzy math?
Probably bad calculations set up by someone who was putting the bar graphs together, or bad formulas. It's not difficult to do. I've done a lot.
All right, thank you. Any other comments? Treasurer Borski.
I just have a comment for Eddie. I harassed some of my neighbors who periodically go out to lunch and told them they should go to Lakes East, they should go to the South Golf Course and have lunch one day. And they did, and they were very well surprised at the service, the food. They loved the atmosphere. They thought it was a great place to go, and I'm sure we'll show up again someday. Thank you.
Director Borski, thank you very much. The team has really bought into the new improvements, and they all want to be a part of the improvement plan. And if any of you attended the Riverview Parade Watch, golf cart parade watch, we had the chili and cheers. We ran out of chili. We had to make more. There was over, 250 people that showed up, maybe more that evening. But, the team was really excited about what we can do on Friday nights, maybe do more of these events like this. And I think it'd be really fun and really receptive because it's really open to everybody versus just the golf members. So look forward to the future of things to come for sure.
That was what my neighbors said. They didn't realize the general public could go there. They had thought it was exclusively for golf. And they really liked it. They loved the view. They thought it was wonderful.
Well, we're hoping that we can change the culture around here and make people know that we do have food options here that are affordable, they're close by, they don't have to jump in their car, they can just jump in the golf cart, and we have a lot of nice options as well.
Doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vice President Nedesine.
So we were 2 of the 250 that were at Riverview on Friday for the golf carts as they came through. The chili was really good. It was amazing. I would also like to compliment the staff because they were faced with some challenges and they rose to the occasion and they were able to meet the needs of the members in a way that was basically created a positive outcome. So kudos to our staff. And kudos to the management team for thinking about Riverview because we sat there and it was a fun time. Everybody was enjoying themselves. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that up, Vice President Nedesine. I was remiss in not congratulating the staff for, I didn't realize what an logistics nightmare it was to run that golf car parade until I was voluntold to lead the golf car parade. And fortunately, we did not make a wrong turn and lead 137 golf cars in the wrong direction. But it turned out very well, and it was just amazing how well organized it was and how smoothly it all ran, except for one part where there were people handing out some refreshments that slowed the parade down a little bit, but we'll work on that next time.
We'll have more.
Okay, I think I'll stop right there then. But congratulations on organizing a very complex event and doing it so well. Any other comments? Yes, Vice President Nedesan.
So what that triggered was, while I was there talking to some of the members, how well it went as an indicator is several members asked me, can we do this at my golf course? Can we switch golf courses every year so that this happens at my golf course? So I think it was really well received, so.
Well, the challenge has been set down, Mr. Deermeyer, so you can work on that for next year.
And if you can figure out how to get 137 golf carts safely across either Bell or Grand Avenue to use those courses, you're a lot better at it than we think you are. And we think you're really good. But that would be an amazing feat and not safe.
Okay. Director Collins.
Mike, just have John talk to the Maricopa County Sheriffs. I'm sure he can take care of that.
He does seem to have an in with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. Okay. Could I have Vice President Nedesan and Director Mapes come down to the podium down here? Turn this around this way here. All right, this is our installation of our new directors for the 2026 year and thereafter. So, members of the Board of Directors, ladies and gentlemen, and directors-elect, on behalf of the RCSC Board of Directors, I congratulate you on your election. And by electing you, Chris Nedesan and Jana Mapes, the RCSC members have placed their trust in your leadership, your expertise, and judgment, and gratefully acknowledge your willingness to accept the responsibility of conducting the affairs of the recreation centers of Sun City for the next 3 years, commencing January 1, 2026. As volunteers, and my favorite line, with no monetary compensation, you will be devoting much of your time to the benefit of your fellow members. The policies the board adopts and the authority you delegate to the senior management of the corporation must not only reflect keeping all RCSC properties in superb condition, but also concern for the welfare and the safety of the employees and the quality of life of the RCSC members. During your board tenure, you'll be required to serve numerous varying and conflicting interests. Know from the start that you will never satisfy all those interests, despite your best efforts. Do your best and be content knowing confidently that you are helping all of us to continue to be proud of Sun City. All right, Directors-elect Chris Nedesan and Jana Mapes, do you pledge to uphold the Articles of Incorporation, the corporation's bylaws, and board policies to the best of your ability and to work for the benefit of our community as a whole? I do. Thank you. On behalf of all of us, I wish you success in this undertaking, and congratulations. You can go back upstairs, and you need to stay. And Steve needs to come down, and Anita. Okay. It is our custom to make a presentation to directors who have completed their terms. And I'm honored today to present 3 board members with an award in recognition of their service to the RCSC, and to acknowledge and thank appointed Jana Mapes, who completed the term for 2025. Kristinetta Syme was elected in 2025 to a 1-year term and served as vice president. She also finished an appointed term in 2024. Chris also served as chair of Outreach and Communications Committee and the Technology Committee. She was vice chair of the Insurance Committee and served as liaison to Friends of the Library. Chris was also on the Investment Commission, as well as a member of the Viewpoint Lake Management Board and secretary of the Sun City Foundation Board of Directors. Director Collins was elected in 2023 to a 3-year term and served as director. Steve also served as chair of the Club Organization Committee and the Golf Advisory Committee. He was vice chair of the Property and Elections Committee and served as liaison to the Sun City Homeowners Association and the Sun City Posse. Steve was also on the Bid Commission and was vice president of the Sun City Foundation Board of Directors. And Anita was elected in 2024 to a 1-year term and a 1-year term prior to that, and served as treasurer. Anita also served as vice chair of the Club Organization Committee and the Finance, Budget, and Audit Committee, and was on the Bid Commission and Investment Commission. She was liaison for the Sun City Community Assistance Network and was president of the Sun City Foundation Board of Directors. So I am honored to present each of you an award on behalf of the Board of Directors, RCSC, and the members, and thank each of you for your tremendous service. So if you would, Chris. I look forward to that. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you for that. I enjoy that presentation as much as anything that we do on the board. It's really bittersweet sometimes to hand those out, and especially in this case. But we thank you again for all of your service. Okay. Any committee or liaison reports? Do any of the directors have any such reports today? Secretary Keiss.
Yeah, I'm the liaison with the Sun City Fire Department, and a couple of interesting things came up there. For, on the southwest corner of Boswell and Bell Avenue, there was a construction project that started, and you can see pipes sticking up out of the ground, and it's been sitting for months and months and months with nothing happening. And I found out that that was because they've been waiting on permits, but the permit's been approved now, so construction should start going sometime in the beginning of next year to put a quick lube, I'm not sure the name of the company that's going in there, and they're also going to share the space with a Taco Bell. So those two businesses should be going into that location, so that's interesting. And also, I talked with members of the firefighters union, and they are sponsoring a couple of households in Sun City to help them with lawn maintenance and things like that, and groceries and of the sort. So I think it's really kudos on the good people that our firefighters are, and the union is, to help take care of members in Sun City. So big thanks to the firefighters union for doing that.
Treasurer Borski.
Yeah, I just wanted to give everybody a quick update on the foundation. We just completed our Santa for Seniors drive that we had going, and we were very pleasantly surprised. The community has come through beyond our expectations. We collected a total of $28,500 in gift cards. That's $11,000 more than last year. We distributed those cards. I think they're almost all out right now. Tuesday and Wednesday, we went to the homes of people who we had served during the year and presented them with the gift cards. Many were very appreciative. I just asked Jana. She said she had one person with tears. It's a very rewarding event. And during the year, we served 94 members that received the cards. Plus, we have a few extra members that we served after November 1st who will get cards next year. So we're probably going to hit around 120 total. Foundation has paid approximately $68,000 in fee assessments this year. So because you've all donated, we've kept them active in the community. They're allowed to join clubs, they're allowed to go to events, and aren't stuck in their homes. So that was a very good thing that happened. I want to thank all the individuals, the members, the organizations, the clubs, and anyone who donated gift cards. That was remarkable, and we are so grateful. I also want to thank the RCSC staff. They have put on some events for us this year, and the foundation was the recipient of the proceeds, and that will go a long way to help us with our mission in the future. And one other thing, the foundation is looking for volunteers. If anyone has experience in grant writing, grant researching, fundraising, marketing, please contact the foundation through the corporate office. We can really use you next year as we want to expand our programs. Thank you.
Director Collins.
Thank you. Well, I know you've all heard that we do bingo here at the Men's Club. And I just wanted to let you know that this year, the Men's Club contributed approximately $138,000 to the charities in Sun City, you know, and so they were a big help in promoting our Santa for Seniors. And those guys just continue to keep going. Thank you, guys.
They
And
also,
they're looking for new and younger members, too.
they also presented a check to the RCSC for $50-some thousand last week. So thank you so much to the Men's Club for supporting the operations of this organization. Okay, anyone, Vice President Nettasine?
So I'm the liaison for the Friends of the Library, and I would like to, two things. Let everybody know the bookstore will be closed on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of January. for the holiday, and then some reorganization they're doing with their stacks. So just to give everybody a heads up, those 3 days they'll be closed. I also wanted to recognize the work that the libraries, the Friends of the Libraries have done with Maricopa County Library District, but also RCSC. On a regular basis, they donate funds through bookstore sales and other investments that they have, but they donate funds to the library district to help offset costs in our libraries, but also to RCSC when they look to help improve our properties. And one example of that is they paid to replace the lighting in the bookstore. Now, while I agree that is their space, the point is that's helping improving our property, and it means we don't have to pay for that out of our operational cost. So the donations and the support that they provide to the library spaces is really important, and I want to thank them for that. They also do help pay for programming. They did memory books through the library so that members of the library district can actually go into Bell and pick up a memory kit for free. They are given to them for free, which is very helpful for people who have anybody who has any kind of memory care problem or memory issues. So I wanted to let everybody know about the Friends of the Library. They're always looking for people who are willing to help them, so I just wanted to share that. A couple of other things I wanted to share was that, I don't know if everybody got this, but I got an email from Maricopa County for a transit survey. So what they're asking us is, what kind of transit do you want in Sun City? Sun City and Sun City West was the survey for. So if you Google Maricopa County Transit Survey, it'll take you to their site. And there were some interesting options. One of them was something called microtransit, which is taking people door to door rather than a mass transit. So if you're interested in providing Maricopa County with information about transit needs in our area, you can go ahead and look at that. The other thing is I have been working with Showa and Koa this year to do the member orientations. We have another one in March. I just want to give a shout out to my cohorts in trouble. I really appreciated working with them, and I think that this is a really positive thing. So I just wanted to recognize all of the hard work that Sue Clark and Lisa Gray did with me this year to do the resident orientations that we've been doing.
Director Collins.
Yes, also, I let everybody know that the Metal Shop did a huge Toys for Tots campaign. They took everything out to the Sun City lot, trailer storage lot, and those people were just amazed at how much that Sun City donated towards the toy drive. So thank you again from all the children.
Okay. Any other comments? All right. I only have maybe 3 pages of things to mention here. It'll be quick. So these are, I'm setting the timer. All right, thank you. So we started 2025 with some personnel issues. As you're well aware, we lost a general manager, but we hired a new general manager. We lost a director of golf, and we hired a new director of golf. And we lost a manager of HR, and we've hired a new manager of HR. And with all due respect to the previous individuals, I'm thrilled to death, and I think all my colleagues here would share with that we have improved our staff tremendously with these individuals and look forward to working with them in the future. 2026 budget ready to be implemented now on January 1st. And as you heard from Treasurer Borski's report, we are in the black, and we're going to keep working to stay that way. Corporate documents were a huge effort by this group, the membership, committee members, the working groups, parliamentarians, legal counsel, and board members. And I want to thank all of them for all of that dedication and hard work to rewrite bylaws and board policies to keep them updated and in compliance with Arizona statutes. They had kind of slipped by the wayside as Arizona had changed some of those legal statutes, and now we, other than a couple loose ends, we are in good shape now going forward. Similarly, we did some cleanup on the corporate documents for the foundation. Their articles of incorporation bylaws were addressed during 2025, and that's been all cleaned up now. And as you're aware, the member-driven alternatives for Mountain View have been worked on and voted on, and we're moving forward on the design phase of that, and hope to be able to report further progress as soon as we hear more from the architects. Not to forget, Quail Run that renovation was completed in 2025. The Fairway Community Room was set up in 2025. The election software that we had to go out and find because the previous software was no longer going to be supported, that worked lickety-split. There was just no problems with that software during this previous board election we just went through. So that turned out very, very well. We had been working on this Finance 101 series, which Mr. McCurry had done this video on that was excellent. And then we held a couple of Q&A sessions, and that seemed to go very well. So I hope folks who were interested in that got the information that they were seeking. Still moving forward on our Riverview Maintenance Building. You may have noticed that there's been a variety of other projects. Maybe the most noticeable are pool decks and furniture at Lakeview and Fairway and Oakmont. So there are still a ton of other projects that we're working on with Mr. Riproot and others. So we're closing in on those deferred items that had not been addressed over the last couple of years. We're getting that under control. And then we were talking a little earlier about other revenue sources. The lawn bowling US Open, we made some money on that for a change. We weren't just donating our resources to that. And we're hoping to improve on that relationship next year. It is scheduled again to be held here in Sun City. You may have seen there have been some more golf tournaments where we're raising some funds using our facilities for that. We talked about the grills and the holiday celebration, chili and cheer. That was extremely successful, and I think Director Renio is exploring other ways to look at things there. And then just sponsorships. We're careful about those, but there may be room for some of those in the future to enhance the revenue streams, which all at the end of the day lower assessments that the members are asked to pay. So finally, I would say the board is still focused on acting in the best interests of all of Sun City and fulfilling all of its fiduciary duties and prudently managing the corporation's finances. And I think we've really picked that up in 2025, and we are focused on continuing that in 2026. Okay. We had no other committee recommendations on the agenda. So we had a consent agenda. Did our consent agenda individual leave? We took too much time. It was aerobics club? Yep, okay. So the request to change the name of the aerobics club to Agility, Balance, and Core Club at the request of the club. Is there a motion to make that change from the board? Director Brissette has so moved. Is there a second? Vice President Nettesheim has seconded. Members do not speak on consent agenda items. Is there any discussion from the directors? Seeing none, Secretary Kais, would you please take the roll call vote?
Director Brissette.
Yes.
Director Collins.
Yes.
Director Gray.
Yes.
Director Mapes.
Yes.
Director Ruff.
Yes.
I vote yes. Treasurer Borski.
Yes.
Vice President Nettesheim.
Yes.
President Foster.
Yes.
So the consent agenda item passes with 9 votes in favor and 0 opposed.
Thank you, sir. Our next item of business is a motion to approve Board Policy Number 7, titled Bid Procedures and Contracts. Vice President Nettesheim, would you please read your motion?
Yes, President Foster, I will, but one second. I move to amend Board Policy Number 7 titled Bid Procedures and Contracts.
Okay, thank you. Treasurer Borski has seconded. Vice President Nettesheim, as maker of the motion, do you wish to speak first?
Yes, President Foster, I would like to speak. First, I would actually like to share that this is the first time before the board that I know of that we have actually brought a motion in January for a first reading that will flow in, or December for a first reading that will flow to January for the second reading. And I'd like to outline why this is so. This summer, we worked on the bylaws. We had some amendments, and we voted on them in October and November. Part of those amendments, all of the amended bylaws were reviewed by a bylaws attorney and the registered parliamentarian we were working with. And the changes that were proposed were in line with the ANSA and with our articles, and deemed by the working group and our attorney and parliamentarian in the best interest of the membership and the smooth business operations that would also help the membership. So the changes that we made were in Article 1, the corporate office, Section 3, we will be governed, our parliamentary authority will be governed in precedence by the laws of the state of Arizona and corporate documents, RCSC bylaws, and RCSC special rules of order, and then Robert's Rules of Order. So basically, that's the precedence of what applies. And when you hit one, it applies there, and basically when you say precedence, you don't continue going forward. Per Section 5 of the same article, the fiscal year will run from January 1st to December 31st for financial reporting and budgeting purposes only. All other governance actions are not constrained by a fiscal or calendar year. Given that the bylaws take precedence over Robert's rules, and the bylaws clearly state that non-financial or budget governance actions are not constrained by a fiscal or calendar year, the Robert Rules section that says that everything has to end in September is superseded by our bylaws. So it is proper for us to continue this motion for a second reading in January. So I wanted to share that because it is a subtle difference of what we have done in the past, and it's to bring us more in line with the way corporations function today. Very few corporations set things down in December and restart in January. They just do continuous business. So I wanted to share that. So in relation to Board Policy 7, we made standard changes to the preamble that we've made to all of the board policies. We updated titles to reflect our current organizational title structure. We allow contractors, we made a change to allow contractors to participate in the bid process while they complete the steps to meet our requirements. And basically what that means is that in the past, unless they had A, B, and C all in place, they couldn't bid. Now we're saying you can bid, but you have to have A, B, and C before we will use you. But it gives them the option, say a brand new business that would like to participate, it gives them the option to do everything they need to do to be completely eligible. So We added requirements that when a change request must be reviewed and approved by the bid commission for any of our projects. We clarified when the AIA contract is required, i.e. you have to have it needs to include an architect before we'll use that vehicle. We added and outlined requirements for the bid packet and the process that will be used so that everybody is clear on how we're following the bid process, including the members. We redefined requirements for surety bonds based on feedback from the facilities department. And we defined the process of selecting directors for the bid commission so that we ensure that we have the right people involved in the bid commission. And those are the basic changes for Board Policy 7.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson, would you read the names of members who have signed up to speak on this motion?
Mr. President, no one signed up to speak on this motion.
Thank you. Mr. Dearmeyer? Nothing? All right. Is there any discussion by the directors? Secretary Keiss?
Yeah, I would like to thank, there was a lot of discussion with Director Brissett and Vice President Nettesheim and the general manager and senior management on this, and I think everybody worked really well together to make sure this document works better for us as an organization. I'd like to give my thanks to all of them for their hard work in getting this right and helping us to move forward.
Teamwork is always appreciated. Any other comments from directors? Director Brissett?
He stole my thunder. Okay. I did work, and Mr. Woodward and Ms. Hill, everybody, it was a pleasure working with you. There was a lot of give and take, and I know some things weren't really wanted, but I appreciate we came to a happy agreement, and I hope we keep on the same track over the next year. Thank you.
Okay. The motion before you is a motion to amend Board Policy Number 7, titled Bid Procedures and Contracts. Secretary Keiss, would you please take the roll call vote?
Director Brissett.
Yes.
Director Collins.
Yes.
Director Gray.
Yes.
Director Mapes.
Yes.
Director Ruff.
Yes.
I vote yes. Treasurer Borski.
Yes.
Vice President Nettesheim.
Yes.
President Foster.
Yes.
Sir, we have 9 yes votes and 0 no votes. I did it right that time.
You're improving.
Thank you.
The motion passes its first reading. The next item of business is a motion to amend Board Policy Number 10, titled RCSC Rules and Regulations. Vice President Nettesheim, would you please read the motion?
I move to amend Board Policy 10 titled RCSC Rules and Regulations.
Is there a second?
Second.
Treasurer Borski seconds the motion. Vice President Nettesheim, as maker of the motion, do you wish to speak first?
Yes, I would. So for the Board Policy 10 changes, it's a standard changes to the preamble that we have done for all the board policies. We clarified the process for member to submit comments to RCSC. We expanded and clarified where members can meet in groups of 10 or more, i.e. reservable spaces versus non-reservable spaces. And some examples would be the breezeway, the Riverview, the little area next to Riverview, that those are non-reservable spaces, and members can meet to socialize in those areas. We standardized and expanded the types of drinks members can use when participating in an activity. This is based on member feedback, asking, can we have something more than water, especially for the summer when we get very dehydrated when we're playing. Some examples would be pickleball, tennis, mini golf. The only limitation we placed is that you can't actually take the drink into the playing area of the playing court. It needs to be in the periphery, so outside the lines, I guess, would be the answer. For the racket sports, the only exception to this rule was racquetball and handball, and that's basically due to how players use the court to derive their play. Everything is in play for racquetball and handball. There is no playable area per se, it's all playable area. So that is the only exception we made where water is only and they're not allowed to take anything in the racquetball spaces. So those are the changes we proposed for Board Policy 10.
Thank you.
1 minute. No, never mind, I got it.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson, would you please read the names of any member who has signed up to speak on this motion?
Mr. President, no one signed up to speak on this motion.
Thank you. Mr. Dearmeyer? None, all right. Is there any discussion by the directors? Right, seeing none. The motion before you is a motion to amend Board Policy 10, titled RCSC Rules and Regulations. Secretary Kais, would you please take the roll call vote?
Director Brissette.
Yes.
Director Collins.
Yes.
Director Gray.
Yes.
Director Mapes.
Yes.
Director Ruff.
Yes.
I vote yes. Treasurer Borski.
Yes.
Vice President Nettesheim.
Yes.
President Foster.
Yes.
Sir, we have 9 yes votes and 0 no votes.
Thank you. The motion passes its first reading. I think we can move forward on the agenda then here to, we have reserved some space here at the end of today's meeting for Treasurer Borski and Director Collins to make a few statements as this is their last board meeting. So if either of you would like to make a statement, now is the time for you to do that.
I'm first.
You would be first.
Ladies first, okay. I was sitting here thinking, this is very appropriate. My last board meeting is the treasurer, and I'm writing everything in red ink. I don't know if that means something.
Let me give you a black pen.
Kevin doesn't like that.
Kevin doesn't like that, okay. Well, yeah, my time has come to an end. I haven't even started and I have tears. In the fall of '23, I volunteered to be on in the spring of '23, I volunteered to be on the SAC committee. I was a little bored at home and didn't know what to do with myself and was sick of cooking and cleaning and thought, okay, I'll be on a committee. Little did I know that 2 years later, I'd be sitting in this chair. I've loved my time on the board, every minute of it. We've had some difficult challenges along the way, but I'm proud of everything this board has done. It hasn't been easy. We've had to put up with some very long meetings and some very tough decisions, but the board is working very hard to make Sun City a better place. There's still a lot of work to do, and I leave that to future boards. I want to thank the members. You're the reason that this job exists. I did my best to make Sun City a fun, safe place to live and play. I need to thank every RCSC staff member. We've all had some good discussions and we haven't always agreed, but how boring it would have been if we did. I want to thank Marcia. She's kept me going in the right direction. She makes sure I'm in the right meeting with the right forms. Makes me look like I know what I'm doing. She's also become a friend, and we've shared many conversations together, and I'll miss you. After 2 years on the board as a treasurer, I want to thank Kevin. We've had some discussions, we've had some arguments, we've not agreed on things. But I want you to know you haven't gotten rid of me. I will be on the finance committee next year. And I'll still be asking you those questions you hate to answer. Rebecca, I'm going to miss you. You're very new, but I think we think a lot alike, and I find that very scary. I'm not sure RCSC is ready for the both of us in the same room. But I do plan to do some collaborating with you on the foundation next year. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the hard one.
Go ahead.
Thank you to my fellow board members. I really don't know what to say about you. You've become my family. You've gotten me through some very difficult times. And without you, I don't think I would be here. I'll always be grateful. Now it's time for me to sit in the audience and make faces at you, which I plan to do. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for being you. As I said, in the future, I plan to serve on the Finance and Budget Committee, and I'll be taking a more active role in the Sun City Foundation and hope to make that program grow. I'm just leaving this chair and trading it in for a new one or two. I hate saying goodbyes, so I'll just leave you with a simple, I'll see you later. Happy holidays. Thank you.
Director Collins.
Thank you. Special thanks to Angela in clubs. Her and the wonderful workers there made the COC possible this year, getting through many, many issues. Mike Dermeyer, keep your positive and upward movement. Rebecca, keep leading us forward and talk to every member of your staff. Ask them for the issues that they observe from the front lines. Mike Whiprud, you better keep us on track with Mountain View. Marcia, you're like our mom. Thank you. Eddie, the golfers love you. The people love you. You're making a big difference. Thank you. John, your expertise in mediation has kept us on a level keel. Thank you. Tom? You've done a good job. You've kept us on track, you kept us moving forward, and you did keep us in the black. I don't know how you did that, but there's been a lot of talk on fuzzy numbers. So, but you really have done a good job for the past 2 or 3 years. I don't know how many. Preston, Jim, Chris, and Rick, you guys put together the bylaws, the policies. You spent countless hours doing that. You did a fantastic job. The community will thank you for a long time. Sundial staff, thanks to Michael, Dorothy, Penny, and the rest of the staff, and all the other workers in the RCSC, they do such a great job. Anita, stay happy and healthy. The clubs will thank you every year for your policy changes regarding carryover of the leftover budget monies. The COC committee I had was the greatest committee they have ever had. The clubs, you know, I just want to tell them, the wheels turn slow, but that is improving. But you must remember to keep all issues within the family. Never let outsiders into your issues. Since I started here talking about slow issues, we did get automatic defibrillators. I pushed for that back in 2017. They're here, and we've even got new ones now. The softball building was finally, we got that. It took 3 years, but it got built. We got noodles in the pools. That was a big one. The Sharps containers are finally here. 5 years, but they're here. Yay! And the clubs have a template to get everyone structured the same. So we are doing better. You know, we're trying harder. This board right here, they have each and every members, they are looking out for you more than any board since the 5 years I've been here. I mean, you don't know how much they care. In closing, Kevin, I'll be back. Thank you.
I'm not quite sure how to follow up on that, other than thank each of you for the tremendous dedication that you have shown and the determination to fulfill your fiduciary duties, and the focus on prudent management of the members' funds. Oh, Mr. Ruff, did you want to interject something here?
I would like to thank Steve for his consistent, constant, and never-ending passion for everything that he does.
We're calling that passion?
Yes. Have you ever heard him talk without passion? I have very rarely. It's usually about food and not activities of the RCSC. Steve, you've just been an amazing leader all around. And Anita, I'm so sorry for all your losses, and I'm happy to be part of your family. And you still are not leaving the family. You're just the great niece now.
Thank you.
I just appreciate both of you and your consistent efforts to improve everything. Thank you.
Anyone else? Let me just add, we wish you good luck in whatever issues or items you try to pursue in the future, as long as it doesn't get in the way of the rest of the board. But honestly, you will be missed. Your leadership and your passion and your devotion is what makes serving on this board pleasurable. And those are the rewards that folks who serve on this board really reap behind the scenes, and folks don't really see that. But everyone here aren't just colleagues, they're friends too. And you can see the emotion that was shared by these two individuals and how deeply they have tried to serve this community, and we all appreciate it extremely, very, very much. So thank you again for your service, and we wish you the best of luck going forward. All right, this is the end of our agenda for 2025. Let me just do the routine. Exchange meeting is January 12th, 2026, at 9 a.m. here in Sundial. And the next board meeting will be on the 29th of January at 9 a.m. again here. And we're still working forward. I should mention, just in case anyone was interested, that the date now has passed for member-submitted motions for the annual meeting. So the motions that we have received will now be going to legal counsel for review. And we'll go through the procedure that we outlined a few weeks ago as to how that will work its way to the annual meeting. That will be on March 31st, 2026, 6 p.m. here in this room. All right. Seeing no other issues, we are adjourned, and thank you for your attendance.